Slides, I guess.
I think so.
Okay.
Well,
I think, Kyle, we are live now.
it looks like it. I've got a little red blurb telling me I am.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, all right, we are live. So, welcome, Facebook world, to the Excellence in Reproduction and Genetics Award ceremony here from GENEX Cooperative. And really excited that you're listening in today. Also, really excited about announcing winners in reproduction genetics because reproduction genetics is really to the core of what we do at GenX. So, we are truly passionate about creating successful repro and genetic solutions for members and customers we work with throughout the world. And so excited to announce today the winners in the different categories, and we'll go into the categories and we'll go into details of the dairies that won these awards this year. But first, I want to share with you, how this is core to GenX. So at GenX, we are, truly passionate about creating successful producers, creating successful dairies, helping dairies, succeed in a combination of genetics and repro. At the end of the day, we are delivering high-powered genetics through the semen that we sell, through the semen that we inseminate, but it really only counts when a pregnancy is created, right? At the end of the day. So it's a combination of repro performance and genetics that gets us, really to the high level of performance that we like to see. And so the dairies that we're going to be talking about today truly excel in that, truly excel in the repro and in genetic performance. And so they are able to utilize a lot of the different things that we have in our co-op store. They are able to utilize, the staff that we have that consult with them, that help them, improve in their performance, in their technical KPIs, in their performance indicators, and also they're tapping many times into our product store as well. So whether it's getting calves off to a great start with colostrum from SECL, whether it's helping transitions cow transition very well with calcium boluses and what have you, whether it's the data around the dairy that we often provide through the dairycom program as well. And so there's a lot of different things that these dairies are doing that makes them excel the way they do. And I encourage folks, that listen to the results of these dairies. If you want to get to that same level, if you think like, hey, I need to give GenX a call, by all means, do so. We're more than happy to help you out. So having said that, this quick intro. So my name actually, I'm Huub for those that are new to this Facebook Live. So I'm happy and very privileged to serve as a CEO at GenX Cooperative, and have done that for a few years. And this is Kyle. I think we're kind of becoming like Facebook Live experts, right? So Kyle,
I
over to
I
you.
think that's a safe way to put it. I mean, clearly, after you've done it a time or two, you're an expert. For those that don't remember who I am, I'm Kyle Westaby. I'm a dairy data and analytics consultant working for GenX. I come alongside of our sales staff and our consulting staff to just help bring custom solutions to all of our farms. And who that's the custom part of it is one thing I think I want to point out with some of these winners today is that the very cool piece that you see as you start to look at these different farms is that they are not all cookie cutter. Every single farm has its own goals. Every single farm has its own strategies that they're using, but at the same time, they were still able to put up very elite results. But the one common factor that we found in them was the value that they put on teamwork and the value they put on continued improvements to try to make themselves more successful every single year. And I think that is just a really incredible piece that I wanted to point out.
Yeah, and I'd like to add that, Kyle, these dairies that we're going to be talking about today, have uh, SOPs or standard operating procedures that are relentlessly, implemented. And actually, we also have systems within GenX that if you share with us what those SOPs are, we have a system that we can actually help you out, as a dairyman if there's drift from these SOPs. Because at the end of the day, you can have all the rules that you want. If you don't implement them the way they're written, it's not going to have an effect. So we can help you, through that as well. So with that, let's kick it off with the first category, folks. So this is the under 500 cows category. So the gold winner is Dorridge Dairy out of Glenwood, Minnesota. So nominator Anna Zeiss. So thanks, Anna, for nominating Dorridge Dairy. They're not a new winner. They're actually on that list every year. And in fact, Dorridge Dairy, if you look at the name, Rich Volt actually is a long time, member. I think the next generation is now on the farm. But I remember Rich being a delegate and really being active in the governance of the cooperative. But I mean, that's besides the story here. So congratulations, Deutsch Dairy and Anna and the team there working, getting this high performance.
Yeah, definitely a normal staple to these awards, Dorridge Dairy.
So the Platinum Award winner in the under 500 category is Blue Prairie Holsteins. And so Blue Prairie is a first-time winner, but I'll let Kyle just comment some more on the dairy. So thank you, Lindsay Gaddis, nominating Blue Prairie Holsteins. So congratulations to you all getting the highest award in the under 500 category.
Yeah, Blue Prairie Holsteins, in talking with Lindsay Gaddis, is probably one of my favorite stories for this round. Lindsay's been working with this farm as a reproduction program senior technician for us for about 6 to 7 years. And when she first started working with this farm, their pregnancy rates were in the mid-20s. They were definitely respectable for the time that they were in. Nothing to be disappointed at. But this farm wanted to find ways to improve, and they continued to just relentlessly chase after finding ways to be better. They relied on Lindsay. They relied on our consulting team, other industry consultants to implement SOPs that helped them get to where they are today, which is an absolutely elite level. And it was absolutely amazing to see in this story the kind of pride that our people take in what they do. It was so fun to tell Lindsay that this farm had won and to hear the emotion and just how ecstatic she was, because it wasn't something that happened overnight. It was something that took years, and it was hard fought, and they have earned every bit of being on this list. And it's just such an awesome story of being able to continually improve, continue to find ways to get better, and eventually get to the goal that you had for yourself. And if the back end of 2023 is any indication, I would say it's safe to assume that Blue Prairie is off to a very nice start to defending this title next year.
Well, that's an awesome story, Kyle. And for folks that are into dairying, and I believe most that are connected to us on Facebook Live are, going from 20s to like mid 30s on preg rate. What does that mean? Well, that means you can be a lot more precise in where you use beef on dairy and where you use sex semen to create replacements. I mean, in the current market, with the day old prices, and it is predicted to be at a high level in the foreseeable future as well, price levels of these calves. So you can be far more precise in like, okay, these are the animals that I want to use for making black calves or beef on dairy, and these are the ones that I want to be using for making replacements for the dairy herd. So higher preg rates get you that much more precise in that whole SOP.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next category. So that's the category between 500 and 2,000 cows. And the gold winner is Rudinger Farms. So congratulations, Rudinger Farms, and Kim Egan as Director of Global Technical Solutions as the nominator. So I know there's a large team at Rudinger Farms responsible for this. You can see the key people there in the on the slide here, and also congratulate Kim Egan and the team at GENEX making this happen. I mean, no stranger to winning an award is Rudinger Farms, and also You see on the right-hand side the one with the GENEX logo big over his chest. That's John Rudinger. So also the proud chair of our board at GENEX, and have been so for many years. So I really appreciate working a lot with John day to day, and for sure, and a lot of contact with him on the governance of the cooperative and then moving cooperative forward.
Yeah, Rudinger Farms has been an absolute staple in this. If you ever want any small indication of how many awards they've won, John and his team decided to show a little flex and lay all of them out for us on the table. They've been on the cutting edge. They've been innovators in the dairy industry, and that's part of what keeps them with such excellent results. They haven't been, as you can see, satisfied with just being on top one year. They continue to do it year over year. These awards keep getting more and more competitive, and Rudinger Farms continues to rise to that competition and be at the top of it every single year. Absolutely incredible. Congratulations to their team, to Dr. Kim Egan and all the rest of our team that works with them. It is certainly a team effort, and everyone should be proud of what they've been able to pull off.
So then the platinum winner of the between 500 and 2,000 cow category is Shep's Dairy. Shep's Dairy is from Almena in Wisconsin. So nominated Pete Weber. So Pete's our senior dairy account manager. So congratulations to Shep's Dairy. Has done a fantastic job in reproduction, and it takes a dedicated team, and that's available at Shep's Dairy, and at the same time a dedicated team that works at the GENEX side, that works with the dairy here to get to the highest level possible right now in repro.
Yeah, Sheps are another one. They're not unfamiliar to these awards. They've definitely won them in the past. And as much as we see the name of our nominator, Pete Weber, on here, I think we would be amiss if we didn't talk about their incredible technician team that is on farm every single day, working with Sheps Dairy and servicing Ken and Dan Sheps, the two on the outside of this picture, a set of brothers. And then in the middle, we have Nolan, Ken's son. But our technician team of Travis Kretschmeyer, Nate Kringle, Matt Teets, and Jason Cluck has worked closely with this farm. They are heavily involved in everything that happens, along with Pete. And just as much as the Sheps family is always pressing to try to find ways to improve, our team is right with them, trying to be on the cutting edge of what we can do to service them better. As much as I guarantee Sheps Dairy is looking at this and they were going to celebrate this award and the achievements of last year, they're already looking ahead to 2024 to figure out how can we be even better.
Right. Yeah, Kyle, you're right. I mean, the repro team, the team of inseminators from GENEX that works with this dairy, push themselves and the dairy, to the next level. And for those that don't know, we do provide in many places around the country, AI service. So again, if you're interested in that, just give us a shout, and we can see what we can do for you. But so yeah, so Chef's Dairy is one of those examples of, like, they come to GENEX and say, hey, this is the co-op I'm working with. Let's outsource our AI service, and we have people show up when they need to show up and do the work that they need to be doing, so we can focus on other parts of the dairy and work hard to improve those pieces there. So really teamwork that gets it all done. So now we get to the category of 2,000 dairy cows and higher. So the gold winner is Riverbend Dairy. So Riverbend Dairy is in South Dakota, I believe, in Trent, South Dakota. And so Austin Brady, Dairy Account Manager and Consultant, thank you for nominating Riverbend. Riverbend, congratulations, the team there. Fantastic job on achieving your really kind of amazing conception rates. And I'll have Kyle talk some more about that. There are some phenomenal numbers what this dairy was able to accomplish.
Yeah, Riverbend Dairy was absolutely outstanding. Their pregnancy rate was at a 38. They had well over 50% of their animals pregnant on a first service. What their team has done is absolutely outstanding. It's fun to see another first time winner. The other thing about Riverbend Dairy that I think is really cool is a spot where we get to highlight those different strategies that come into play, Huub. To this point, all the farms that we've shown were Holstein dairies. Riverbend Dairy is the first one on this list that is actually using a crossbreeding program between Holsteins and Jerseys and trying to balance the right BBR number for them. And that's something that Austin Brady, our account manager and consultant, is working really closely with them on to help develop strategies to be able to do that. And it definitely it's a new way of doing things. I think from my experience, I see it a little bit more frequently around the U.S. nowadays. It's not everywhere, but you do see it more often. And Riverbend Dairy is proof that you can get some absolutely amazing results by using a crossbred program with Holsteins and Jerseys.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Carl, and congrats again to Riverbend Dairy. So the Platinum Award winner, and this is not a new one to this these ceremonies here, is Maple Ridge Dairy. So Maple Ridge Dairy is from Stratford, Wisconsin, so kind of central Wisconsin, and Pete Weber again as the nominator. So congratulations once again. Achieving the highest level at the 2,000 cows and higher category to Maple Ridge Dairy and the team at GENEX that make that all happen.
Yeah, Maple Ridge Dairy, right up close by where I'm at. That they're in Stratford, Wisconsin. I've had the pleasure of actually helping out on this team in the past, so got to know them really well. And the two people you see in this picture, I would refer to as the dynamic duo that tends to really make this go. Maple Ridge, a lot of what makes them special is their people and the amount that their owner Brian Forrest invests in his people and helping them develop all the time. And Mike Martin, the gentleman on the left of this picture, is their herdsman and absolute proof to that. Mike has been there for a lot of years. And as Pete Weber put it, is always on an absolute relentless pursuit of improvement. And on the right, we have our very own reproductive services senior technician, Brett Vensky, who's been working on that farm for, it's got to be all of 6 to 7 years at this point. And between these two, they are really on the forefront of helping push Maple Ridge to some of the amazing results that they achieved. I mean, this is a farm that put up a pregnancy rate of 40 last year. Their average first service conception rate was 57% with heavy Gen Choice semen usage. What Maple Ridge has done is really incredible, and they've done it with their people. They've done it with a continued focus on development, working with everyone, all their consultants like Pete Weber in the field to find ways to improve. And I think Pete put it really well when I asked him for what kind of a statement on Maple Ridge, and he pointed out all these different aspects, the conception rates, the preg rates, their people that make Maple Ridge special and led them to another win in this award this year and the excellence that they have. And then he immediately came back and he goes, the crazy part is thinking that their best years are still ahead of them. So absolute congratulations to Maple Ridge, their entire team, to Pete Weber, to Brett Vensky, who works so closely with that farm. Just sit here excited to see what they can pull off next year.
Yeah, outstanding job for Maple Ridge for sure. I mean, it's a combination of heat detection, nutrition, health, having the right protocols in place and following them relentlessly is what you get you to those results. And so also really proud to have Brett, as a colleague, as they're working with this high level dairy. We have so many great service people around the country that help our members daily achieving these results. So fantastic. So next category is heifers. So let me see. The gold winner on the heifer category is Rocking as Dairy. So Helen Ott, from New York, account manager and consultant. So congratulations to you all making this happen. So rocking it on the reproduction side, I would say. So congratulations to the team there in New York, and again, also very proud of you also utilizing some of the other tools that we have in our toolbox, as far as like activity monitor systems, our GENEX herd monitor, that help you in reproductive performance. They're doing that as well, and so
Uh,
they're doing many different things.
Actually, Huub, I think you're thinking of our next award winner in this
Oh
category.
yeah,
Rocking S is actually out of Modesto, California.
they are.
Um, yeah, yep. We and I mean they have done an absolutely outstanding job with their heifers this year, obviously, which is incredibly impressive, considering the kind of climate they live in. It can be very up and down where they're at, but they've managed to put together numbers where they were getting 55% conception rate with very heavy sex semen usage on their cows or on their heifers. I mean, pulling off heat detection rates out there of over 80%. Their team has done an absolutely outstanding job. And another one of those just first time winners. That's really fun to get to highlight. And again, another spot where, although we have Helen Ott, our account manager consultant, on this list, I think we would be amiss if we didn't mention Miguel Perez, their territory sales manager down there. That Miguel is heavily involved when it comes to consulting on this farm, and honestly, anyone he works with. He is a very hands on with his farms and trying to help them come up with custom solutions for their goals.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, Kyle. Yeah, you're right. I was already like ahead to the platinum winner. Talking about New York. So
Well, I
my
can't blame you though.
apologies.
It's an
So
exciting story to get to this platinum winner.
it is. And so Helen and Miguel, and Rocking as Dairy, congratulations with your gold award. So then, actually, the winner on the heifer category is in Landmark Farms, and they are from New York, Springs, New York, and so Cat Thresher. So thank you for nominating them, and congratulations with this phenomenal result.
Yeah, and as you mentioned actually earlier on, kind of alluded to, Landmark Farms. It's very cool to see someone come through that earlier this year had actually invested in our GenX herd monitor system. They put that in early on in 2023 on the cows and the heifers. And Kat had mentioned that that is a key contributor to the results that they've been able to put up. That this farm saw an immediate return on the investment that they had put into those, and they were incredibly proud of what they had, to the point that they're always willing to offer up what they know to peers in the industry and show them, and they are more than happy to sing the praises of that GenX herd monitor and what it's done to help them be more efficient and to get heifers and cows pregnant more quickly.
Yeah, we were actually seeing, Kyle, a tremendous uptake on the GenX herd monitor. These herd monitors that all started off by measuring activity, so you can just see when a cow is in heat, and get that insemination timing just right for optimum, like pregnancy rates and things like that. And since then, health monitoring has become a lot. Health monitoring is become a key piece of that as well. And now recently we can do also heat stress as well, added to it, as well as location. I mean, I've heard many producers say like, hey, I get an alert on a cow. I know there's something going on. Now I need to go look for her. Now these monitoring systems now have a GPS chip in them, so you can
Yep.
actually know exactly where the cow is at. You will save an enormous amount of time finding that cow that needs some attention there. So that's a lot of those added value things that we bring, that I always call it the Fitbit or the Apple Watch on cows. And then, so a lot of people don't know that actually that's what we're doing. And that's really taking dairying and taking care of cows to the next level. So last but not least is the international category. So the international category, we have the gold winner is a dairy from Russia. And so I try not to butcher the name, but there's Rosdestvo. So Michael Van Unov and Dairy Company Genetics, our distributor in Russia. So thank you for nominating them. And so congratulations to Rosdestvo Dairy, and they're actually not a stranger to the Repro Awards. They excuse me. They
No, they're
also
certainly not.
no, they were there last year as
I think
well, I believe.
Redespo has actually won our international award every year since we've created this category.
Yeah,
That they have been very high on the list, and I mean, how can't you be when you're pulling off a 39% pregnancy rate, and 50% conception on your cows overall? I mean, it's absolutely outstanding what they've been able to do, and they, they just continue, like a lot of these others, to find ways to just improve that little bit extra and become
yeah.
more efficient.
And I know they work closely with David Ellis as well. You know, our progressive herd consultant. I mean, he works out of the UK, but he works remotely with various dairies in Eastern Europe, including this one, and quite successfully. So you can online, you can through the way we're talking today, virtually or through data mining. These dairies, they share the data what they have. We analyze it and come back with an advice what to do and benchmarks. Compare with other dairies. There's a lot of different things we can do with these dairies that help them move forward. And so these folks in particular, that you see on the screen here, and they're great, like authentic clothing there, the traditional clothing. So they implement a lot of these advice that we bring to these dairies and really improve their results on the repro side and on their dairy. So congratulations. So the platinum winner, and this is a new one, a new dairy on the scene here. It's from Italy. It's a Servi Ciboldi team here, as you can see here on the screen. So I just talked about David Ellis. So David Ellis is also working with this dairy. So David, our progressive herd consultant, also congratulations to you. I know you've got your fingers in a lot of success and a lot of dairies and throughout Europe and maybe other places as well, but I think it's mostly Europe. So congratulations to this dairy here. Phenomenal results. I think they got up to like 40%, I believe, preg rate is on
Yeah,
this
yeah,
dairy.
they actually topped out with a 40% preg rate. It was absolutely amazing what Servia has been able to do as a team this year, and a fun story. They get to be our first international winner from Italy, um, which is very cool to
I think
see.
you're
You
right,
know how.
Kyle. I think the first, yeah,
Yeah, it's just really cool to see how many each year, Huub. It seems like we get more and more
kind of freeze up.
interest from our international partners on getting nominated for these awards, and we see a few more in this category and from all sorts of different places, whether it be China, Russia, Brazil, Italy, everywhere in between, and it just really neat to see across the globe the kind of passion that all these farms have for what they do.
Yeah. And then I should also mention on that last dairy, the NovaGen team, our distributor in Italy, congratulations to them. They also have a large part in the success of this dairy. And just to give you one little bit more statistic on that Italian dairy, that 87% of their cows are pregnant by 150 days in milk. So let that sink in that 87% of the cows are pregnant 150 days in milk. That's phenomenal because I'm pretty sure it's a high producing herd as well. So that's a
Yeah.
phenomenal success there. And they are also using activity system. as well to help them in their repro. So I guess, Kyle, we have come to the end of our presentation here of our Facebook Live. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in today, for watching, or watching it later on. And again, congratulations to all the winners. And if you're interested in being part of the winner's circle, and don't hesitate to give us a call. We have a large group of people working around the country, around the states, and also around the world in many different places where we provide genetics, we provide consulting services, and provide products that really help to get repro and genetics to the next level. So with that, Kyle, any final words from your end?
Not a lot. I think just another word of congratulations to all of the winners. All of our GENEX team, the part that they have in it, and I look forward to being able to see what they can bring to the table next year. Because if this year was any indication, it's going to be even more incredible next year.
Yeah, no, I agree, Kyle. Congrats to the GENEX team being passionate and dedicated to helping members and customers around the world and to the next level. And I know it's a 24/7 job. I mean, I never forget that. It's every single day of the year we are out there doing what we do best and what we love to do. So thank you for the GENEX team, and thank you for the producers also out there for the business that you do with us. We always appreciate it, of course. So thank you all. So with that.